Yo, what's good? What's going on? It's your boy, man. And today, EA has dropped their Madden 26 franchise deep dive. And they are claiming that they have made the most meaningful changes to franchise mode in a decade. They said that. So first of all, that's a very low bar. It's not hard to do that. So I wouldn't be pushing that as like a huge marketing push or anything like that. But it does kind of give them some accountability. You know what I'm saying? They recognize that they really haven't done any changes in a long time, or any meaningful changes in a long time, or as many meaningful changes. But that's neither here nor there. Today we're going to get into the top 5 changes from today's deep dive blog, man. If you find any of this information helpful, please consider dropping a like on the channel. That helps push it out to more viewers just like you. And if you like what you see, man, go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Let's get straight into the top 5 changes. All right, so let's go ahead and get the countdown started at number 5, and that's going to be the wear and tear system. So from EA right here, they say, Madden fans, get ready. We're introducing a brand new feature. A brand new feature that brings even more depth and excitement to our franchise experience. This year, we've overhauled the injury system, making how you manage your team more strategic and unpredictable than ever before. Madden NFL 26 adds a new feature. They really harping down on this being a new feature called wear and tear, a system that tracks every hit a player takes in a game and accumulates those impacts across the entire season. All right, so y'all already know how wear and tear works. The reason why I'm adding this to my top 5 changes is not because of wear and tear itself being added, but how it's being implemented in Madden 26. Now let me explain to you what I mean by that by expounding upon what they had in the blog right here. So trainer role and abilities. Don't worry, we're giving you the tools and support to help manage your wear and tear. Your trainer plays a key role in keeping your team healthy through trainer abilities. These abilities can boost how much a player can recover from each week, lower the chance of in-game injuries, and improve the odds that injured players can be cleared to play. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. So in college football 25, I see that everybody kind of like wear and tear, I guess, and it is a good thing to add. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like the fact that they added that, because that is realistic. Over the course of a game, if you got a battering ram like a big running back who goes for short yardage, but he's always going in between the tackles, that wear and tear is going to build up. He is going to take off some tread on that tire, but at the same time, the level at which it was applied in college football 25 just didn't seem realistic to me. Like, you have a quarterback run around, not even get hit, but he gets tired, and then somehow he's got wear and tear. Like, I don't know, maybe the way I was playing, or the way that I didn't really give it a chance, to be honest. Maybe that's why, because I didn't like how it was implemented, so I didn't play with wear and tear on at all. Maybe, you know, with the way it's implemented here with the training roles to counteract that, that's gonna make it a little bit more approachable for people like me. So I kind of like this. Is why I got in at number 5, because of how it's being implemented. So that's a W change for me. It's gonna add to the immersion. So let's go and jump into the number 4 change, and that's gonna be coach creation. In order to make sure your coach feels like you, they need to look the part. Custom coaches got a massive overhaul with 200 new heads to choose from when creating your coach. There's also a ton of new gear exclusively for custom coaches. With more than 50 new shirts, 15 pants, and 40 shoes, you can make more than 30,000 combinations to wear on the sidelines. From a shirt and tie and slacks to a sleeveless shirt and shorts, you can bring your own style to the field every week and change it up each game if you want. So yeah, look, anything that's going to add personalization or player agency to the game is always going to be a W for me. So you ain't going to see me hating on this at all. And I know there's a lot of people, like the gameplay specifically, folks, who are going to say go play dress up 26 or whatever, which I ain't gonna lie, that is a pretty good joke. But nah, like, equipment matters, man. Anything that you're creating a player, you're supposed to be able to make that person more like you, or that player more like you. So I don't understand why that's frowned upon. Gameplay is definitely the number 1 thing that you should focus on, that we would rather have that first. But if we're gonna have it, why not just have good equipment as well? I don't think there's any excuse for that. So like I said, this is a W. They're bringing so many different shirts, so many different shoes. I even seen like some Jordan lows in there, man. Like, it's, like I said, this is gonna be pretty dope, and I'm glad they're adding anything that can increase the immersion. Like, something like this is going to make it feel like it's more of you in the game, which is why we play these games, to have that expression. So that's a W all around for me. All right, and get into my 3rd favorite change, which honestly, to me, this is the number 1 thing, because it definitely kept me off of franchise mode, and that is the speed and fluidity to the menus inside of franchise. They finally acknowledged it. First of all, they finally acknowledged it. And this is the first thing that they talked about on their blog. So this is why this is number 3 for me, because it's really not a new feature. It's a fix. A fix should never get highlighted when it should have been asked for, when it's been asked for like, I don't know how long. But the reason why I'm giving it this high on this list is because, one, this is something that's been killing me. The reason why I didn't even want to play franchise. And two, they started it before they talked about any of this marketing stuff. They said the number one thing they wanted to talk about before getting into the blog was this. So let's go ahead and get into this number 3 change. Before we get into the new features, I wanted to talk about our number 1 priority. We want screens to load quicker. Yes, Lord, we do. Yes, Lord, we do. We want screens to load quicker, and we definitely know you want them to load quicker. We spent a lot of time early in our development cycle focusing on how quickly the screens will load. We agree that they felt sluggish and wanted to make sure we addressed that right away. We spent a lot of time tracking the loading speed and fixing the issues related to that. It may not be the most exciting change. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It may not be the most exciting change to the mode this year, but we know you'll appreciate it and should definitely improve your experience. W. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just giving it a W. The way they addressed it and how they addressed that speaks volumes, because this seemed like something that would never get addressed because it wasn't something that was going to make them a lot of money. And that's the kind of company EA is. They don't really care about that. If they cared about that, if they didn't care about that, we would have so many other features still in the game from older Maddens. They would have made a priority. Like, we still don't have classic teams. We don't have Madden moments. Like, there's a lot of things missing from this game that they're finally adding back. And when they say stuff like that, that points to a culture shift. Scott O'Gallagher has really come in there and changed the game. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Scott OG has really came in and changed the culture, man. I really think that that's what's going on. They created competition within themselves, and they saw how much money College Football 25 made, and they knew it was time to make a change. This is a W for me. You can't get me to think otherwise. I don't care what anybody thinks. Ryan Moody, I do not care, bro. This is a W change, and this shows me more than anything that they're adding this year. All this other marketing fluff they got going on, that don't really move the needle to me, because I know I'm gonna have to play the game before I can ever say that that's good. This right here, though, and if it let's pull back a little bit. If it actually delivers, I'm gonna have to say that too, because I don't know if it actually does feel different, but if it actually does, W. This right here sold me on franchise alone if it's implemented correctly. All right, and moving into the number 2 change, we're gonna get into broadcast packages. So EA says, we're thrilled to finally give our players the experience of 3 primetime broadcast packages in addition to our new Madden package. Each of the primetime packages is composed of premium assets with a different look, sound, and feel on Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games. The inclusion of our different broadcast packages is beneficial for the variety of sights and sounds you'll see and hear as you play from season to season. For example, you'll immediately notice the score bug as one of our many visual elements with a distinct look for each package. Now this change really speaks for itself, man, and I'm gonna throw these up on the screen right now, so you should be seeing them behind me. But these changes actually speak for themselves, and like I said, anything that adds to immersion is always gonna be a W for me. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up with the number 1 change coming to Madden 26, and that's the weekly recap. At long last, y'all, 20 years, we have a weekly recap. Let's get into what EA talks about. We extended our ability to show CPU highlights in the halftime report to our weekly recap. This new feature is available on demand in the Franchise Hub as a way to experience highlights from across the league. Just like the halftime report, the weekly recap will also include highlights from other players in your multi-user online league. You'll also get to see your own highlights as well. It's our way of bringing sights to the stats. Scott Hansen also hosts a weekly recap, sharing insights from the matchups across the league. Early in the season, you'll hear details mentioned, such as the first-year head coach notching the first win of his NFL career. Midway through the season, Scott will also call out the teams that are extending win streaks, identifying squads trying to bounce back, and call attention to the matchups with playoff implications. As the calendar reaches December, you'll hear about the teams clinching spots in the postseason and others already looking ahead in next year. You'll see the weekly recap become available in the Franchise Hub after you complete your first game of the regular season. Yeah, I don't need to tell y'all how dope this is. That's why it's number 1. Number 1, they got Scott Hansen, and also we're finally getting a weekly recap. Now, I hate to do stuff or add things to a list that we should have had in a long time, but if we want things to change, we gotta celebrate when they come into the game. Like, this should have been here. We gotta recognize that it should have been here, but we also need to recognize that it's been implemented, and we gotta wait and see how it's been implemented but it's here. So I think we need to enjoy the fact that they're actually listening now, or they're actually trying to listen, which I think is extremely motivated by the fact that their deal is up this year and they have not re-signed. By now, usually the NFL has already re-signed that deal. I'm hoping that they don't. Even if I continue to enjoy Madden and college football 26, I really hope that this is up. There should never be an exclusivity deal, because that just says we don't want to compete with anybody. And when you're not competing with anybody, you can do whatever you want because you're the only product on the market. I don't even know why that exists. 2K's never done it. Nobody just couldn't make a better game. They killed off Live because they were better. So it should never be exclusivity. But anyway, I think this is a W change, and I can't wait to see how it's implemented, man. I just hope it's good. I hope it's consistent, and I hope it actually, adds to the immersion, which it should, because with something like this, it's definitely going to make it feel more like a real NFL experience. So that's pretty much it for everything, man. I appreciate y'all coming out to this one, man. If you found this video informative whatsoever, please consider dropping a like on the channel. If you enjoyed it that much, you might as well go ahead and subscribe as well, and hit that notification bell. That way you know when a new video goes live, because these Madden 26 and college football 26 updates are going to be coming fast and often. I appreciate all the love y'all been showing on the channel, man. It's really been amazing to be here for you guys and create content. Glad I finally found a home here on YouTube, and it looks like I can stay. So let's keep going, man. I appreciate that. And if you want to see us do this live, man, head over to twitch.tv/mainforever and drop your boy a follow. Right now, we're doing our Saving Shador series in franchise mode for Madden 25. It's about time to wrap that up, because college football drops next Monday, and we will be dropping gameplays on Monday as well. So thank y'all for coming out, man. Y'all have a good one. Love somebody, then you might as well love somebody. All right, peace.